Morning student, we have seen first topic as physical change and the chemical change. In physical change, no new substance is formed, only the form of the substance is changed. That is called a physical change. For example, melting ice into water. In chemical change, what happens? The matter is changed completely. A new substance is produced which is having different properties. So that type of change we call as a chemical change. Chemical change is nothing but the chemical reaction. Then we have seen examples of magnesium and oxygen. When magnesium ribbon, clean magnesium ribbon is burnt in air, what happens? Magnesium oxide is produced. Okay, so what is the reaction? Twice Mg plus O2 gives us twice MgO. So this is the example of chemical reaction. Then next we have seen chemical reaction is associated with change in the temperature. If the exothermic reaction is there, the temperature of the reaction increases. If it is the endothermic reaction, temperature of the reaction decreases. Then there will be evolution of gases, or there will be change in the color, or there will be formation of precipitate, that is solid substance will be settled down at the bottom of the reaction vessel. Okay, so if this kind of changes occurs, we say that there is a chemical reaction, chemical change. Then next we have seen reaction, reactant and product. The substances undergoing the chemical reaction are reactant. Then new substance produced having entirely different properties than the reactant are products. Then the complete process in which reactant changes into the product is chemical reaction. That all things we have seen. Now it is necessary that the chemical reaction must be balanced. Now why the chemical reaction must be balanced? Because of law of conservation of mass. Mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can be converted from one form, that is reactant, into product. Since mass is not going to increase or decrease, we must have same amount of atoms of element on reactant side and on the product side. That's why we have to balance the chemical reaction. All these things we have seen yesterday in our previous periods. Now, what are the steps for balancing? The first step, you have to make the boxes around each reactant and product. Then inside the boxes you cannot change anything. Then what you have to do? We have to check for number of atoms of each elements on the reactant side and product side. Then take coefficient to each compound formally so that number of atoms of element on reactant side and on product side will become equal. So this will be trial and error basis. You have to try many times, and finally you will obtain that number of atoms of reactant side equal to the number of atoms on the product side. Okay, so yesterday we have seen two balanced reaction. Now rest of the balanced reaction from that exercise we have to see now. It is on page number 6. Okay, so what is asked? The sodium and water react to produce sodium hydroxide and hydrogen. Okay, now you know sodium is highly reactive metal. You cannot keep it in air, because if it is kept in air, it will react with oxygen, will produce sodium oxide, Na2O. Okay, if you handle it with your hand, what will happen? It will react with the water. Our body contains 66% of water, so this will react with water, and deep wounds will be produced in your hand. So you cannot handle with your hand also. So where it is to be kept? Sodium is to be kept deep inside the kerosene. Kerosene के अंदर उसको रखना पड़ेगा ताकि it will not come in contact with water, it will not come in contact with air also. Okay, so that way we can keep it safely. Then take it from forceps and put into water carefully. Otherwise, it will catch fire and may damage to your eyes and skin. That's why we have to keep it carefully. So what to do now? We have to write the formula for sodium. We know sodium is Na, water formula is H2O, sodium hydroxide NaOH. Now sodium ion was Na plus, hydroxide ion was OH minus. Na plus OH minus 1 1 charge is there, we cancel that and write the formula as NaOH, then hydrogen H2. That's why we recommend to know all that ions that we have seen in the very second period. Okay, that is to be remembered. If you remember it, it will be very easy to state all these reactions. Okay, so what you have to do, this is the formula for NH. When I say that sodium Na plus, when I say the hydroxide OH minus, you should remember. Then cross multiplying you will get NaOH. Then what hydrogen is H2. So I will write this reaction into symbol. So what is that? Na plus H2 gives us NaOH plus H2. Now you have to equate number of atoms of reactant and number of atoms of element on the product side. So what I found that oxygen is balanced, hydrogen is not balanced. How much hydrogen is there? Here it is 1, here it is 2, 2 plus 1 3, and here it is 2. Okay, so I will multiply this NaOH by 2, so it becomes hydrogen 2 and this hydrogen 2. 2 plus 2, there will be 4 hydrogen. What first step I will take? What is our aim? We have to balance hydrogen. Then hydrogen is having here 1 and 2 3, and here is 2. So we will make this 3 as 4 and this as also 4. How to make it 4? By taking coefficient 2. When I take coefficient over here 2, it will be H2 and 2, that is H4. And you have to multiply by 2 so that hydrogen will be balanced. So I will take coefficient 2 to H2, so it is 2H2O. I will take coefficient over here 2, so it will become twice of NaOH plus H2. Now find out which reactants are not balanced, which atoms of the reactant and products are not balanced. So see, hydrogen is 2 into 2, 4. Here it is 2 hydrogen plus 2, 4. Hydrogen is balanced. What about oxygen? Oxygen is 2. Here it is 2. 2 plus 2, 4. Oxygen is also balanced. Then take about the sodium. Here is twice Na. Here is only single Na. So I will take coefficient 2 to the Na. So what we will write here? 2Na plus 2H2 gives us 2 NaOH plus hydrogen. So this way we can balance this chemical reaction. Okay. Now in this reaction, sodium was in solid state. That's why I write S. This is water in liquid state. That's why I write L. And sodium hydroxide in aqueous state. That's why we write AQ. Matlab it is dissolved in water. This we call it alkali, strong alkali, sodium hydroxide. Okay, caustic soda. Then hydrogen gas is evolved in this reaction. Okay, so this is the reaction for getting caustic soda and hydrogen gas evolved. Okay, so this reaction is to be carried carefully because sodium and water react very vigorously and will catch a fire, and this will damage. This may cause wounds in eyes and your skin also. Okay, so this is balanced reaction. Written as twice Na plus twice H2 gives us twice NaOH plus H2. Now second example is of barium chloride aqueous. Solution of barium chloride in water and solution of sodium sulphate in water. It is asked like that. Solution of barium chloride in water means aqueous. Solution of sodium sulphate in water means aqueous. Okay, so these two aqueous solutions react together. Now barium chloride, we have remembered all the formulas. हमने फॉर्मूले सब आयंस की फार्मूला याद की है. बेरियम मतलब Ba2 plus, chloride मतलब Cl minus. So 2 will attach to here. So its formula will become BaCl2. Then sodium sulphate, Na plus sodium, sulphate is SO4 2 minus. You take the cross coefficients, it will become Na2SO4. So it's Na2SO4 aqueous. Will give us what? Barium sulphate, barium Ba2 plus, sulphate SO4 2 minus. Take it cross, so it will become BaSO4. Okay. Then next is what? Sodium chloride. It is NaCl. So what you can write here? BaCl2 plus Na2SO4 gives us BaSO4 plus NaCl. All these things are aqueous. Means the reaction is going to occur in a water medium. But BaSO4 produced in the product side is not soluble, so it will be forming precipitate. So BaSO4 is in the solid state. So this way you can write the reaction in the symbol. Is it balanced? Let us take. Look, Na2, here it is only single Na. Sodium is not balanced. SO4 1, here SO4 balanced. Ba1, Ba is balanced. Cl2 is there. Here is only single Cl. Here is 2 Cl. Here is 2 Na. Here is single Na. So I come to know that I must take coefficient of 2 to the NaCl. NaCl को अगर मैं दो coefficient लेता हूँ तो क्या होगा बोलो? BaCl 2 aqueous plus Na2SO4 aqueous. gives us BaSO4 plus 2 NaCl. Now it is balanced. You can check. Here it is Ba1, here it is Ba1, here it is Cl to 2. Now 2 into Cl, Cl to 2, there is Na2, here it is twice Na, SO4, SO4. So in this way, this reaction is balanced over here. Then sodium hydroxide plus hydrochloric acid. Sodium hydroxide plus hydrochloric acid. Sodium hydroxide plus hydrochloric acid, both are aqueous solution. Now you know that sodium hydroxide is strong alkali. Hydrochloric acid is strong acid. When acid and alkali react together, what is produced? Strong alkali and strong acid react to produce what? Neutral salt, and hydrochloric acid is produced. So this reaction is also called as neutralization reaction. So you can write here NaOH aqueous plus HCl aqueous gives us NaCl aqueous plus H2. So in this way you can obtain the balanced chemical reaction. It itself is balanced. You can check sodium 1, sodium 1, chlorine 1, chlorine 1, hydrogen 2, hydrogen 2, oxygen 1, oxygen. So this is the balanced chemical reaction that you can see over here. Okay, have you understood, student? Please like my channel Kurti Science Academy and share it with your friends so that they can study hard also, and hit the bell icon so that new upcoming videos will be available to you. Okay, bye student. Today is Father's Day. Please respect your father. Everything made available to you is because of your father. Okay, father is just like a ladder. Over that ladder you are climbing up and up. First standard, second standard, third standard, ninth standard, 10th standard. So you are going up with the help of your father and mother. That's why you respect your father and mother. हमारी संस्कृति में फादर मदर क्या बोले? मातृ पितृ देवो भव. So mummy and papa are our first gods. Okay, because of that we are up to this position. Otherwise you will see so many childs begging on the railway stations. बहुत सारे बच्चे रेलवे स्टेशन पे भीख मांगते हुए दिखाई देते. क्यों बोलो? क्योंकि उनके पेरेंट्स का कोई हेल्प नहीं है. So that much support our parents is giving to us. That's why we must respect our parents and listen to each and every advice given by your parents. Okay, bye students.